Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make multiple objects in the 3D section of Photoshop. The first thing I'm going to do is go to my pen tool over here, select that, and then I'm going to make a shape. Okay. Now when you have the shape you want, what you're going to do is go over here, click on the source, and click work path and create. And you'll create a 3D object based on what you drew with the path. Okay, now with this object, I'm going to change the extrusion depth and make it smaller. Because with this object, I'm going to try and go for a crown. And this will be a part of the crown. So now what I'm going to do is adjust the extrusion some more. Don't want to add a twist or a taper. I'm going to taper it off, change it to 0%. What this does is it just makes the back of it a little go to a point. You can see bringing it to the right makes it larger, and bringing it to the left make it smaller. And that's my taper. Next thing I'm going to do is color it. Go to my materials. I'm going to change it to, I want a golden look, metal gold. I want my shine, reflection. And I'm going to change the other properties of the crown piece through here. Since I want them all to be the same color, I'm going to select them all by holding Shift. I'm going to change the properties over here. Metal gold. There we go. And now I'm going to add a different object. What you want to do is create a new file and go back over here to the source and select layers and select whatever object you want. What I'm going to do is select a ring and click create. And I have my ring. With this ring, I'm just gonna change the color, the same color as my crown piece, and this will just be the base of the crown. Okay, now I have my object. I'm gonna change the shape of it. I'm gonna scale it along the x-axis a bit, and then along the y-axis, a little bit more on the y-axis. and then a little bit on the z-axis, a little bit smaller. And there's my object, my base of my crown. Now what you do to get this to the other object is go to the 3D menu and then export 3D layer. And you're going to export it as an STL file and save it. Now to get the other object here, you go to new 3D layer from file up here, and you find the STL file that you just made. You import it, and now you have my other object. Go to layers over here, and it'll be in a separate layer. So what you would want to do is merge the two layers so that they're in the same layer. And then you can just change both objects in the same layer. And zoom out a bit. I'm gonna make my ring or my crown base a bit smaller. Now the color might go away on yours, so you might have to change the color again. And so I'm going to select all the material and change it to metal gold again. Change the shine and reflection. And now what you want to do is move the objects along the X, Y, and Z axes until they connect with each other. So I'm going to move this along the Z axis. Move it up a bit. And that's my crown. Let me move this a bit closer. And that's my crown that I made. That's how you add multiple objects to a single file and to create one single 3D object, and how you change the textures and everything. I think this needs something else, so I'm going to add one more object. So, new file. Gonna make a sphere this time. Okay, here I'm gonna change the sphere and make it more of like a plastic look. Change the color of it. And I have it the way I want it to look. So I'm just gonna export this 3D layer. It's an STL file. And then I'm gonna import it here. New 3D layer from file. Click the blue file that was just made. And here's my object again. And once again, I may have to color it. And now I'm gonna merge the layer down and move this object around in space until it connects with where I want it to be. Now I want this to be a jewel on top of the accessory on the the crown. So what I'm going to do is move this closer to it and make this a lot smaller. Let me zoom in a bit. I'm just using my 3D movement tools up here to zoom and change the location of the camera. And I'm just using these arrows to move along the X, Y, and Z axes. And there we go. My accessory is now on the crown. And it looks like it's connected. Now that's how you connect and move multiple objects into one space in the 3D section of Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed my video and learned something. Look forward to my future videos, and I hope you have a great day.